Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here. I know I've kind of been a little MIA on my channel. I haven't posted anything in quite some time, and I did tell myself that I do need to get editing and like post some more, but I don't know, I guess life has been interesting, I guess you can say, where I've been a little preoccupied. Maybe my desire to post like I used to isn't necessarily fully there, but needless to say, I definitely do have some videos that I need to get out. Even if they are a little older, I feel like they still have some value to them, so of course I will be posting them. But that's not what this video is about. So if you are familiar with my video that I posted back in 2021, which is like kind of crazy, and it almost seems like it was so long ago, even though it was a little while ago, it still feels like it's been centuries. I posted a video when I was 25, and the title of it was I'm 25 and I basically have no friends. There has definitely been a lot that has changed since then. I know I did get quite a few comments on there, and I apologize if you wanted an update maybe a year or two right after, but here it is. Originally when I did make that video, I was 25, but I didn't post it until after my birthday, so then I officially was 26. I am now 29, turning 30, which is crazy, and hopefully I'm posting this before I actually turn 30. Now looking back at how life was then versus now, definitely a lot of changes, some good, some things are a little similar, but I'm definitely in a way better place. So that's kind of why I want to do an update, especially since people did want to see an update. So here it is. So starting off, I want to say basically a big thank you to everyone that basically watched that video. I really didn't know what to expect when I posted it. Editing it was actually extremely hard because I got just so emotional during the editing process. I really didn't want to edit too much. I didn't want to have too many cuts. I wanted it to obviously be authentic, showing my real emotions, of course, and putting that live for the world to basically see. It was hard to like rewatch because you know, those emotions and what I was feeling was still very present during that time. So I guess that's why it maybe also took me a while to build up the courage to post it. But with that being said, I did not expect to get so much like support and love, not just from people that were like, you know, maybe in the US, but honestly I got such a high amount of viewers and people watching and reaching out from like all around the world, which I did not expect. I was honestly very shocked, and even still to this day it's like, wow, people in Africa, people in the Cayman Islands, people in the UK, people from like places I never would have thought would be watching my video were. And it was really nice to see that it kind of just brought everyone to like a safe space, I guess you could say, and they felt comfortable enough to share their story, felt comfortable enough to reach out to me saying like, hey, you know, I'm going through this as well, this is what I'm doing, or like, hey, you know, I felt the same way a few years ago and this is what I'm doing to like, you know, try and improve, or just like saying like, hey, you know, I'd be willing to talk to you and become your friend, or whatever the case is. So I definitely did not expect to get that. I was a little nervous. I'm like, maybe I'm gonna get a lot of negative feedback, maybe I'm gonna have to like put this on private or just take it down, but honestly I was blown away, and I definitely do appreciate everyone that reached out to me during that time. And even like a year or more after, people were still constantly reaching out to me. I would get DMs, I would get emails, I would get comments on this video, and it was just really nice to see a lot of people just like supporting and encouraging each other. Now with that being said, I actually did get to talk to quite a few people that I bonded with very quickly, where I felt like I almost like knew them for like most of my life, which was really nice. Got to hang out with some people, maybe did like video calls, just regular phone calls. Sometimes it would be a little hard depending on like where they lived in the world. Maybe the time zones weren't obviously always the same, but with that being said, that was really cool. One thing that definitely was a little bit disappointing, and I really wish, you know, things were different or could work out differently, is that a lot of the people that did reach out to me, that I genuinely felt a really good connection with, a lot of them don't live in Canada, so fortunately we weren't really able to build on those relationships and see if we had an even stronger bond or connection, and especially since I honestly love hanging out with people and like doing different things, experiencing different stuff, but because most people that I did connect with either lived in the States or lived somewhere else, so unfortunately I never really got to meet them face to face, but hopefully one day we will cross paths in life. But I guess that was maybe the biggest drawback that I found from the video and the outcome. Yes, in a short period of time I was talking to so many people. At one point it was a little overwhelming. I'm like, oh, all of a sudden I went from talking to like maybe like a small handful to like so many people all at once, which was really cool too. But now I would say, yeah, numbers have dwindled down. But with that being said, in the real world, not just like the online world, I have made some connections, I have made friends, and it's definitely very interesting to see how I went from never really hanging out with anyone except for like my sister, my family, and like maybe like the odd person here or there, but really not consistently, to like actually having days I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be going out doing this with my friend. Basically come out of my comfort zone is I went on dating apps, but not for dating purposes, more so for just like finding connections and finding friends. What I do like is, for example, like Bumble, they have a section on their app. Don't know if they still do because I'm not really on it anymore. They have like the friend side, or even they had this section where it's like you can join groups and you can meet a lot of people all at once versus like connecting with one specific friend. So I did try that out. I did meet someone from there. I did talk to a few other people there that we weren't able to meet, but we did talk quite often. Tried the Facebook dating app too, but it also had the friend side, which I really appreciate. I met a friend on that and we definitely talk weekly. So in between the time that I posted that video, I actually did start a new job coming up to 2 years now, and I made some connections. Some of the people that I work with, I would say we're very close and we talk as if we're not just colleagues. I made some genuine friends, which is really nice. Even if I don't work with them anymore because they decided to leave, I still talk to them, I still hang out with them. That was actually one of the main reasons as to why I applied for that job, because it was a new building. I figured, okay, well, everyone coming here is either not gonna know each other, and it's nice that we're all kind of starting at the same time, so that way, you know, you can build relationships and connections. So compared to my 25 and no friends video, definitely things have changed for the better. And I mean, it's probably going to be an ongoing thing until, you know, you come to a point in your life where you're, I guess, satisfied. Not to say I'm not satisfied, but you know, I still do really hope and pray that one day I can have like a girls group where, even if it's just like 4 or 5 of us, or even if it's just 3 of us, to be able to travel, to do fun things, build memories together. Because I think now I'm at a point where it's like I have like separate friends, but I don't really have like a huge group besides my work group. And as much as it's fun to do stuff with my colleagues, I still think it will be nice to have maybe like an all girls kind of group rather than it being like mixed. But either way, I'm grateful. I've been able to experience new things, try out new stuff. I probably wouldn't have gone to certain places on my own, so being able to do that with like a friend has been really nice. And a few things that I would like to say just to kind of encourage those, especially if you are still going through what I was at the time. Not to say that I'm not anymore, but still just a little word of encouragement. Definitely don't give up. I feel like sometimes we can find it's easier just like to kind of throw in the towel, but you know, sometimes you just need to hold on for a little longer, push yourself a little more to maybe step out of your comfort zone, try different things that maybe you think might seem really odd, but honestly you'd be shocked to see that there's so many people like you in those same positions. Like one thing, for example, that I did, which I didn't really think would work, and not to say that it was like the answer to my problems, but I even joined like a skating class, and I was able to like meet quite a few different lovely people. And I mean, maybe those were more so short-term friendships, but it was just really nice. I had something to basically look forward to every single week. So even if it is something like that where you're just joining a club, a team, or just doing something that you can really like kind of push yourself to go out every week, because you definitely can get comfortable, especially if you're just like staying home, you don't get motivated to go out. So I would definitely try to encourage you, if doing something that you enjoy and being surrounded by others that are doing the same thing can definitely bring out a different side to you, or you can of course make connections. Another thing I would recommend, as sketchy as sometimes they can be, but trying those dating apps that have the friend version, I think that's honestly a really good idea, because you're literally putting yourself out there, you're seeing people that are doing the same, and a lot of the times you'd be shocked at how many different connections you can make. So I definitely recommend that. Overall, things have definitely turned out for the better. Even if it took, I don't know what, 4 years to get to this point, I would say it definitely was worth it. A lot of times, things don't just happen overnight. Things might not happen in a month. It might take a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it definitely is possible. But yeah, that basically concludes my little update with my whole friend journey. Definitely, like I said, something I am still working on, but overall definitely happy to say that I do have some friends, which is such a nice feeling. And if you do want to stick around to watch other videos and you have not yet subscribed, definitely subscribe down below, and I'll see you all lovely people in my next video. Bye!